flexing, rolling through the SWAT. Repping for the city, hear him in the parking lot. Houston written across the jersey, ain't gon' never stop. Just fans got me tuning in, waiting for the drop. Astros, Texas, Rockets, Dynamo, they coming with it. When they pull up, got the city sitting on a fitted. Straight up A-Leaf, hold it down, ain't gon' never quit it. Just fans got me tuning in, let my dogs get it. Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans.
How's it going, everybody? It's Carlos, one of your hosts of the Just Fans podcast. We got the one and only Rios in the house. How's it going, Rios?
I love that banner you have for Bodkins. It fucking cracks me up every time.
Oh, his disclaimer or whatever. I think it's a lot, Bodkins. I have to put that up. So you don't
sorry.
Get canceled. No, you're good.
Yeah.
And
you know, I don't mean to fucking do it. I said I don't mean to fucking do it, but it is what it is. I appreciate it.
You're good. You're good. Hey, man, and today we got the one and only, the only Packers fan that we like. Also, he looks like he's related to me, even though he's not, because he's all the way in Missouri, even though he's a Packers fan. We look alike. He's not a brother from another mother, at least I think. But we got the one and only Nick Bodkins from the Bodkins Show. Tell him how it is, Bodkins. How's it going, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you guys having me on. We are, you're like, I call you the fat Mexican version of me. So, I appreciate it. I looked like you probably about a couple years ago, and then I started hitting the gym. So I even I'll turn my hat on backwards just for you so we can match. I didn't wear my glasses today. So, but man, you guys have been doing big things. We got the nice disclaimer here for myself, as I much probably always need. I probably should put it on my own show, but feel like if you're tuning into my own shit, you know what the fuck you're getting. So
you already know what you're getting into. Hey, man. Hey, so is one of the few occasions when the Texans do face the Packers. Currently in the whole record books, you guys are still 4-1 against the Houston Texans. The Texans did get a victory over the Packers back in 2008. I think Matt Schaub was at the helm, if I'm not mistaken. Long time ago. It's the last time the Texans beat the Packers. So how excited, first of all, before we even start deep diving into as a Packers fan, how do you feel when you just come across the Texans personally?
Well, obviously, like this year's different, right? Like you guys are AFC like championship caliber team. Like this is a good measuring stick for us. Like we probably coming off like playing our best ball against Arizona last week. Jordan Love is obviously coming back from that injury, but like, looking at the Texans, just like, 2 years ago, I'm like, that's a fucking guaranteed win, right? Like, but after what the year you guys put on last year, it's like, man, like this is a good measuring stick. Like these are two really good fucking football teams. And why are we playing at 1:00 on a Sunday? Like this game deserves to be prime time, must tune in. Sunday night. I don't want Thursday night, but Sunday or Monday night. Like give us Packers, Texans. Because like this is two teams, two good young quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud. Jordan Love, like this is the next generation type game to where hopefully maybe one day we're not pre-gaming a Sunday at 1:00. We're pre-gaming a Super Bowl game.
Right, exactly. So really quick, one of our friends of our show, Brandon here, he posted Packers trying to dress in Texans wide away unis to trick everyone. I'm not gonna.
They fresh. They're fresh. The uniforms are fresh. It's a whiteout.
They do look nice. They do look nice. They do look nice. That white helmet adds a lot to it. It's weird. It's just all you did was color that helmet white, and it looks nice, honestly.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for the white helmet. When they flashed them out, I was like, "Ooh, those are nice." Rock the white helmet.
Yeah, man.
But no, like Bodkins, this should be a primetime game. Instead, we get as a nation, can we come together and please stop putting the New York Giants and the New York Jets on primetime games? Please, I'm begging.
Yeah, at least the Jets, you get the drama, right? Like you get the fired coach drama, the Devontae Adams trade now. Like, so at least there's drama. But the Giants absolutely should not be on primetime at all. Like for the next 5 years.
Or the Broncos for that, man. Like, come on, man. Like who came up with this primetime schedule? Was that
there's a couple of other good games this week too that are like, oh man, this probably should be a primetime game that I would be interested in watching.
This
but
one, or the
unfortunately,
Vikings and the Lions, that would be another.
yeah,
good
the Vikings Lions. That's it. That's it. Rios. Yeah. Like that's a divisional game, and a game that obviously I'll be kind of tuning closely, keeping an eye on.
Yeah, 100%. So what I'm looking forward to is what you basically mentioned at the top, Bodkins. It's the fact that Jordan Love, after that knee injury, you think maybe he's going to take some time to acclimate back to his old self. Nah, man. The way y'all played against Arizona, like that right there, I was like, "Ooh, we got to."
It was over in the first quarter, honestly.
It was really over within the first quarter. It's like, wow, y'all. And then Arizona's been a pretty fun team to watch as well. And
yeah, it's weird. Like Arizona has like 2 wins, but their 2 wins are like against the Rams and the 49ers. But like they're usually in ball games, and we just took them out in the first quarter. And there was a point in time, you know how it is, just like don't let them, like you need to stop, like don't let them get back in this game, or we need a first down. You don't want them to get momentum, and we didn't do that. Like we just maintained the whole game. We are rolling out a new kicker. Your guys know him from his Jaguar days. McManus is headed to Green Bay. They signed him yesterday. Thank God, because before that we had absolute dog shit Anders, and then nervous Nelly Nervison this year. We've been able to replace franchise quarterbacks, but we can't replace Mason Crosby to save our lives. So Brandon McManus, hopefully he can do it.
I mean, honestly, if the biggest problem you had was being able to produce franchise quarterbacks and not being able to handle a kicker, I think, the give and take on that one isn't too bad. You got a message here from Brandon. It says, I blame the Packers for stealing my mock draft with Trey Cooper and Javon Willard and stealing McKinney for the league on day 1 of free agency.
Yeah. McKinney X has been huge. I mean, first 5 games, 5 interceptions. But you know how it is. Like people get on Twitter. Is he the greatest safety the Packers have ever had? Is he the best safety we've ever? He's better than Charles Woodson. Shut up! No, he's not. He's had 5 good games, and a couple of those interceptions were fucking easy. Like let's stop with this over exaggeration that we have. Like, yeah, he's been a great addition to our team. He's playing great, but let's stop with. Is he the greatest? Is he defensive player of the year already? Does he have it wrapped up in 5 games? Shut up. Just shut up.
You sound like Sam right now.
Right?
Just kidding. All right, man. So going into this game, I want your straight up honest opinion. What is one we do this on our other show that we're a little bit more professional. Anyway, professional.
That's why you didn't have to be on that show.
Yeah, exactly. No, they take it away. Anyway, no. So, from your standpoint, what is something that you worry about going in facing the Texans? What is like the area of weakness for you on your end? Like, what is something that the Texans would have to attack to really be effective?
Well, the running game, and I think Mixon's coming back for you. Or is back. I know he was banged up.
He's been back, yeah.
So I think that's always going to be, for us. Our defense this is still new DC 5 games in here, so it's a lot of question marks. That I think Jair's going to be playing, so that'll be helpful. And then CJ Stroud's just special. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Is like he's a special player, can do special things. So you always worry about what can he do, and it doesn't matter. I know he is not like Michael Vick-esque, but he has the tools, or Lamar Jackson, but he can run out the pocket and create plays. Green Bay has always notoriously struggled against those type of players and those type of quarterbacks. So I could see that being a problem.
All right, Rios, you want to chime in on that? As a Texas perspective?
I think for us, if they give Jordan Love time in the pocket, he's going to dice him up because he's a different quarterback when he's under pressure versus when he has time. If the pass rush can't get to him, they don't have superstar receivers, but they have a solid core of receivers, and there's no fall off from guy 1 and guy 2. So if someone goes down, like they still got a solid core, and he has time to throw. It's going to be a long day for that secondary, especially with them not having Kamari Lassiter and Jimmy Ward. And they might be missing one of their linebackers. It's going to be a back and forth battle just because of the injuries on the secondary.
Yeah, the Texans right now they're hurting at the secondary. I mean, injuries have been plaguing the team for a minute. I mean, you got Nico Collins who's not playing until probably week 10 at the from what people know now at the moment. Kamari Lassiter supposed to be like a 6-week thing, but honestly, the way that it's going, it might be even longer, maybe done. But you got D'Angelo Ross covering for Kamari Lassiter, even though D'Angelo Ross has been in for a while. Kamari Lassiter being a rookie, Kamari Lassiter stood up, could hold his ground. But D'Angelo Ross, I don't see it as being a sustainable CB2 option. And then from there, the Texans are switching in between like Eric Murray, and Eric Murray he's primarily a backup, but he's playing almost every snap on defense, and it is worrisome. I think Rios, you mentioned that in our other show, that is worrisome because, I mean, he's allowed a touchdown in every. Now he's had some good plays. To his credit, he's had some pretty decent plays, but he's also allowed a touchdown in his end. So, and the Texans also have struggled in the wideout spot too. That it's been an area of concern for the Texans.
Yeah, with Eric Murray, for every good play he does, it's 3 bad ones, that follow it immediately almost.
Was it 1 step forward, 3 steps back?
Yeah, Eric Murray give up and he take it away multiple times. Like with that interception, what happened afterwards? 2 completions.
That I'm worried about too is our offensive line and Love coming back from that injury. Like it was better last week, but the Cardinals don't have a Will Anderson on their team either that can wreck shop. So I'm a little concerned, with the front line of your defensive front line against our offensive line. Can we keep Love straight up? Now he's mobile, but obviously he's still playing with a huge knee brace on, so he's not 100% quite yet. So just stay straight up, and hopefully, he can get out of some troubles and things like that as well.
Yeah, to back up your point here, is Brandon wrote Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter meeting at the QB at the same time is scary. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. That defensive line is ferocious. It's one of the top in the league, and our offensive line's it's gotten better since the Brazil game. But can we continue doing what we're doing?
And I think Nico Autry this week too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Danico Autry. You got Mario Edwards that got suspended for undisclosed reasons. And
speculate.
Yeah, you can only speculate. And but Danico Autry, I mean, this is the reason why the Texans got him from the Titans. Somebody that Edwards was holding on while holding the line pretty well. I mean, when Autry was suspended, and now it's like they just reciprocated, and now Autry's at where he's supposed to be, so that makes it a little bit scary. But I mean, right, it's like Edwards was holding his own in spite of Autry not being there.
It does something to happen because you can't expect Autry to play. He's 34. He can't spend the play every down.
Right.
So it hurts the depth a little bit, but they also get Kurt Heinrich back as well. So hopefully that he can step up where they're missing Edwards for 4 games, but we'll see because he hasn't played all season.
Yeah, and don't forget about Fatukasi is also there. He's had a few plays as well.
Yeah, he stepped up a little bit. Thank you, Jacksonville.
Yeah, thank you, Jacksonville. Yeah, and then it's. That is, yeah, I could see why that would be definitely an area of concern. And then the guys that we're naming, plus like you said, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, who's coming off of a 3-sack game against
3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and a tip pass.
Yeah, that is quite scary. All right, what about now, Nick? We talked about areas of concern. Any other areas of concern you want to throw out there, or?
That's obviously your whole team really is a concern. Like I said, like this is to me a good measuring stick of how good we can be, and really for both teams. Like I don't really feel like I've kind of obviously kept an eye on. I've kind of kept an eye on some guys' team, obviously, because we're friends. So and just obviously following the sport. But I don't think you guys have played your best game yet either. You know what I mean? So like it's just like hopefully we have not. Hopefully, just because we played our best game so far against Arizona, it's like hopefully the Texans don't play their best game against us. But or maybe we do and we win and we can just like I just feel like it's a good measuring stick game for us figure out how good we're going to really be.
You know what? One thing one thing that these guys brought up in our other show is that they expected this kind of game to be kind of a shootout, comparable to the Tampa Bay Texans game of last season with Baker Mayfield, that it kind of came down to the last second. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it might end up being a shootout, or do you think it? I agreed with that too. I think it was going to be a shootout as well, or maybe even a high scoring game. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it could be a close game. I don't really know about a shootout. I think both defenses are our defense, our secondary has been playing really well. And without you guys mentioned Nico Collins and things like that for you guys. So it's, I think there could be some points, but I'm not expecting like a 40-40 type game. I expect like a 35-28 type game, or somewhere in the high 20s, early, in the 30s type thing. But I expect it to be a one-score game, no matter what.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Like I would be surprised if either team just came out and kicked the shit out of the other team, and it was like and it was a 10-point game or more. Either way, whether we did it to y'all or you did it to us, I'm like, shit, like we just didn't show up, or you guys didn't show up. I would be surprised if it was. I expect it to be a close game and a one-score game.
Yeah, I think it's a general consensus. Most people think it's going to be a very close game because both teams match up pretty well. You got two great.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys know what the spread is. I think you guys are favored. I'm seeing.
Hey, sorry. Is anybody? Hold on. Yep. Rios, mute really quick. I don't think it's you, but let me just check.
It's that we're favored at Green Bay.
Oh. Yes, you are.
We're favored.
You are.
Oh, we're favored at home because it's at Green Bay. So I said you guys.
Yeah, I think it's I think the Texans were what, -4.5.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a 2.5 point spread.
Yeah.
So I mean, the only reason we're favored is because it's in Lambeau. So if it was in Houston, you guys would be favored.
Yeah, I think it could have been either way. I think whoever has they're favoriting the home field advantage on that one.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason we're favored. Usually, home team usually gets 3 points, like because they're at home. Is usually the common standard.
Do you know what the weather's going to be like at Lambeau on Sunday?
I can tell you what it's like in Missouri right now, and it's been cold. So I'm assuming.
I was like, wow. I was like, dang, Bodkins, if he knows that one off the top of his head, that boy did his homework.
I didn't look into it on Sunday. No, I don't.
The position of the sun is going to hit perfectly.
At 12:05.
Yeah, 12:05 directly into CJ Stroud's eyes.
Here in Missouri, it's been about 55, 60, high of 60 this week. So I would assume like Wisconsin's usually about the same, a little bit colder, obviously. So I would say you're looking at probably around about 55, 60 degrees.
Should call for a nice day.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. My only concern was like when we first saw the schedule that we were playing Green Bay in week 7, I was like, because all friends that live out there, like it can be sunny or it could be a snowstorm. Because when we've seen so far, CJ can't really play in bad weather so far as we've seen, in his young career.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they did. Texas got adjusted to a cooler game with the Pats last week. They did. Yeah. Well, our version of cold. Remember, our version of cold here in the South is pretty. It's 50 degrees, and you start rolling out the mink coats like Rios posted today. You look like a 1970s pimp.
That's the look I'm going for.
Yeah. Anyway, so at that point now, Bodkins, I know we already talked about our areas of concern. Now, what are areas you're definitely you're looking forward to as a challenge, as far as like you're looking, or something you look along the lines of, hey, I'm looking to see if our wide receivers are going to kill it. What's an area that for sure is probably going to show out on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, just Jordan Love, I think he can show out and use the safety valves. I think Tuck, our Kraft, is going to have a huge game. Our tight end, I think he's could have a huge, and then spread the ball around. Like I know Singletary is an absolute stud for you guys, so he's probably going to take somebody away. But they find ways to read the ball all the time. Matt LaFleur is just has become a great play caller and great scheme. I said this on my show, and what really decided for me was what made him a great play caller. He changed the playbook when we had Malik Willis be our quarterback, right? We weren't running the same plays as Jordan Love as you did with Malik Willis. Change the offense to fit Malik Willis' strong suits and how you do things. Like that's what good coaches do. And now we're back to Jordan Love, and the offense looks a lot different because the skill set's different. Other coaches, the guy in Miami doesn't do that. Runs the same offense as he does with everybody else, and that's why they stink.
Yeah, no, LaFleur was a great play caller. Like, and he takes risks. Like, he's not afraid to call something unconventional. He's not conservative. It's the opposite of our offensive coordinator. He's a little bit more on the conservative side. He tries to establish the run, even if he's playing his third and fourth string running backs, which is very reminiscent of, like you mentioned, of Mike McDaniels. Just doesn't adjust to what he has on the field.
Brandon brings up a great point here, and it's one that I want to talk about as well. I see the Packers attacking the middle of the linebacker, the middle and linebackers of anything. I agree 100%. The linebacking core right now, if I off the top of my head, I can't remember. Is Aziz out for this game, or is it still unknown?
So Aziz, he didn't practice today. He's questionable. I think Toto is probably not going to play because he had a concussion late on the game on Sunday, so he more than likely doesn't play. And we're yet to see if Christian Harris makes his debut.
Christian Harris last season. Oh, we got Bodkins out with that Missouri type of internet that he goes in and out here and there. Look at him. All right. Anyway, let's talk trash about him. You know what I hate about Bodkins? The Bodkins bump. Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Bodkins shows up, I get back again. Hold on.
While he plugs in and unplugs his modem. See if
he said Harris scared him off.
Harris County.
There it is. You good? Nick?
Why not?
Yeah, so hey, can you hear me? Sorry, you know how it is.
Missouri. I get it. Can you hear us? Nick. Bodkins.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Are we good? Are we
back?
Yeah,
you're good. All right. Sorry, one of my guys was like,
hey, I'm gonna switch something. I'm gonna switch to my phone. My computer's messing up.
All right, that's good. You're right. It was Christian Harris.
All right. Are we good? We might be good.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, take me off of here. There we go. Sorry.
All right. We don't get to see your face anymore, right? Actually,
that might be better. Why am I echoing?
I think you have to mute either the computer or.
Hold on.
I know. I saw that too. Texas would use it.
For some reason now it says I'm in the show, but my camera's not working. I don't know what's going on around here. Can you hear me though?
We can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay.
One of our listeners is like, hey, bet on the Texans winning and use that money to get Starlink.
I need to. Hey.
All right, that was funny. Anyway, so an area of concern, the linebacking core. You already have Christian Harris, who's a top starter for the Texans, already not practiced. He hasn't played at all since the beginning of the season. Henry To'oTo'o, who was actually stepped up pretty decently, as one of the linebackers there. I mean, concussion protocol. And now, I mean, you're left with Aziz, who's probably questionable as well. So, it's a big time area of concern. So I could, and Aziz does such a great job at the run as well. So with you guys, Josh Jacobs, if Aziz is missing, and then you got everybody else out too, I mean, Josh Jacobs is bound to have a pretty decent game as well.
Yeah, Jacobs has been playing well. Sometimes I just talked about Matt LaFleur, how good of a quarterback or play caller and coach he is, but sometimes he gets away from the run. But we're at best when Jacobs is going and our offensive line and we can do the play action. So I'm hoping Jacobs has a nice game. He kind of had his best game a couple weeks ago. He scored 2 touchdowns. So hopefully we can get right back there.
You would buy RKO. I don't know if you saw the one of the highlights. One of the Texans linebackers, Hewitt, during a special teams play, literally RKO'd another guy. Just about.
It was against
Oh,
the Bills.
Yeah, it was against the Bills. Yeah, he like I think I can't remember what he was. He was trying to tackle, but he went. Oh, I think he jumped over, and it literally looked like it looked like a neck breaker, basically.
Only thing missing was Randy Orton's music.
Yeah, he should have done this at the end, like the Randy Orton pose or whatever.
Yeah. I hear voices calling.
This in my head. This talk to me.
They talk to me.
Talk to me. Anyway, we lose a bunch of people just because we're singing. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, the linebacker is an area definitely a concern for us right now, for the Texans. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, if that's the case, Josh Jacobs is set to have a pretty decent game if basically nobody's there.
Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be high scoring just because of all the injuries they have on basically the back seven.
Yeah, but on the positive side though, with Joe Mixon back and the way y'all's run defense is, I think Joe Mixon is set to have a pretty decent game as well. And then Damian Pierce, you saw him break off against the Patriots. Yes, it was due to a pretty decent block and the Patriots being the Patriots, but dude, he went off and they gave him that touchdown. So, you know, if Damian Pierce gets out of that slump because of something like that, oh, dude, it's gonna be those angry runs by Damian Pierce are gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. He gave me his rookie season vibes.
Yeah, that was, dude, he was going off. I like that. I know that there was times when you saw a little bit of last season Pierce where he got like a yard or two, but man, those were some harder 1 yard, 2 yards that he was playing. So honestly, yeah, angry runs by Pierce are back, and I think that's going to be awesome. Nick still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm here.
Sorry.
I was just letting you guys reminisce about how good how good Pierce was his rookie year, and you know we've been missing. I was gonna say Cam Akers can't keep a job, right? Like he's bouncing around the league like a hooker.
I mean, isn't it crazy?
He had a chance here, but it just didn't work out. Like if we had a better run blocking offensive line, maybe it would have looked a little bit better. But it's just he's one of those guys where he can't really make it create on it. He's not Joe Mixon. He's not gonna be able to create those kind of runs on his own.
Yeah, I think they like what they saw better out of the third Owundawale, who was also our kicker last season for a little bit.
He's a good third down back, and he's good in pass protection.
Yeah.
Akers was not very good in pass protection either.
So, I mean, honestly, I think if the Texans can establish the run creatively and not conservatively,
no more
they have a good shot.
Let's stop asking Madden.
Yeah. 3 spin moves, and he stopped and wondered why his jersey was suddenly purple.
Oh, man.
Oh, Brendan, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, man. Honestly, yeah, you can't keep a job. You can't keep a job,
I feel bad because a lot of it's injury related. I think he tore his Achilles his rookie year, and then he came back and he helped them get to the Super Bowl. I think that was the year they won the Super Bowl actually, and he's just never been. Him and McVay couldn't get on the same team, and it was just a mess. So
yeah. 100%. So another aspect is the Texans with Dalton Schultz has been a little lackluster as opposed to last season, their tight end. Another area that I would like for the Texans to try to get a little bit more creative is using the tight ends against Green Bay. And I think that's an area that the Texans can really, really explore and help, CJ feed, CJ's going to feed mouths on Sunday. He's going to deliver the ball to Tank. He's going to deliver the ball to Diggs. But I think an area that they need to really get creative of besides the run has got to be the tight ends. You got to start feeding Dalton Schultz. But at the same time, Dalton Schultz has to also get open or catch the ball. Hang on to the ball, man.
There was a couple plays where he just seems like he just gave up on the route. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you got paid in the offseason, and you have a Nico Collins out. This is your chance to get some extra targets because once Nico comes back, those targets are going to go down. Like, this is your chance to get the numbers. But
every Dalton Schultz fantasy owner is pissed off because he has not been getting the ball at all. So, like, I thought he had a decent year last year. So you're going in to year 2, you're thinking, hey, this is going to be a good year for him. And he just hasn't. He's nowhere to been found.
Yeah. You know, I would like to see Kate Stover also. Some Kate Stover. Kate Stover was, they drafted him this season out of Ohio State. Has some chemistry with CJ. I think it was only his CJ's last year that he was there. And I remember this is a guy that came over from I think he played defense, right? Rios, yeah, he played defense, and they turned him into a tight end. And so he got a year with CJ, and I think they had about, I want to say, close to 300 or about 300 yards in CJ's last year. But he's familiar with the system. And when I went. Hello? I mean, yeah, he's put me. Yeah, I'm getting the feedback. Oh, Bodkins just left. All right, we got to get on that Starlink. There you go.
Yes.
I was trying. Mic's muted. I was restarting the laptop, so I went on the phone. So, all right,
good,
yeah. Hey, sorry, you know how it is. This the damn hills in Missouri, bro. It sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no worries, man. Don't shows beat up from blocking every other play.
I think a lot of it's also just some of the play calling as well. Like, I don't really see them attack at the middle of the field too often. A lot of what I've seen so far is those deep shots when Nico was there, and then some out routes. But you don't really see them attacking the middle of the field too much. And I think that's something they need to work on. I guess will be Malik Willis.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, like I said, I'd like to see some Kate Stover, on there as well. I think that'd be amazing. Nick, I know you got to run, but is there anything you'd like to add on to that? What is something that you definitely would? Anything else you'd like to see from your Packers on Sunday?
No, man, I just really want to see a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be one of them games where, one bounce of the ball, like whether it's a turnover, whether it's a missed field goal or something, something like that, it's going to change the game. So we'll see, man. Like, I hope McManus can kick a fucking field goal. That's all I really fucking hope. Jesus, like, can we finally figure out this field goal kicking situation? So he was cleared. I don't know if do you guys know the story about McManus and why he was kicked off the Jags?
Mm-mm.
I heard some of it.
Let's just say he was doing some Ric Flair shit on an airplane.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Nature boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. They said, "You ain't Ric Flair, baby. You're a kicker. Get the hell out, man."
Exactly. Hey man, Nick, I know you got to bounce, brother, so we'll cut this one short. Brother, thank you so much for joining us on the show. You were see, it's funny because I build you up to be this dude, and then you're very tame with us as opposed to your actual show. I'm like, what? I get PG Nick. I get what in the WWE PG era, Nick, am I getting here?
You get Bobby Slowick, Nick. Conservative.
Very conservative. Hey, brother. No, it's always a great time when you're on. I appreciate having you on the show. Bodkins. There's a prediction here by Alfredo. He says Texans are going to win in Lambeau.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be a good game. Obviously, I'm pulling, and I'm probably going to pick my Packers. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys beat us. Like, it's just that is what it is. You guys have got a great team. So,
all right, brother. Thank you so much for joining us again. Please check out Nick Bodkins on his show right there. Follow him up at the Bodkins Show. He's also his X account is right there underneath him at Bodkins_Nick. You got a show right now go on your YouTube channel, right? What's
here in about 5 minutes. So not only do I talk football and really anything, you can catch me talking about anything and everything, but here in about 5 minutes time, it is our MMA show with our guy, you guys know Whit as my co-host as well. So we talk all things MMA every Wednesday night at 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. So if you're a big MMA person, or even if you're not, tune in. You probably learn some stuff. We,
just kind of shoot the shit about MMA and all the things that come on. You guys are great. You guys know you guys are doing big things with the other show, with this show. Carlos, super proud of you. You're out there, living your dream, brother. My Mexican, native is, one of us did something right. I guess that's what happens when you have good family core values instead of just being a son of a prostitute. So,
wow.
Nonetheless,
Okay.
That sounds
like a country song. What does that sound like? A country song?
If it's not, we're going to turn it into one.
Nonetheless, you guys are doing big things, man. It's always fun. It's always a pleasure. You keep it up. I'm always watching. I'm always rooting for you guys. And you guys are doing great things. So much obliged. So, hey, be a friend, tell a friend, folks. See me on the Bodkins Show. It's a lot of fun. These guys join every once in a while. So thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
No problem, brother. Take care of yourself. Check them out. See y'all later. Peace.
See ya.
Southwest A-League, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans. If you ain't never been down here, but rule number one, you gon' respect us. Just fans in my speakers, new one drop, they bout to bless us. I might right through the SWAT, playing just fans right through your spot. Look,